The star of today's video is going to be this Craftsman DYS4500 24 horsepower 42-inch cutting deck lawn tractor. First things first, I'm planning on tipping this tractor either on the side or on its end. Probably on its side, because this engine is actually quite heavy compared to some tractors that you could just easily put them up on end. But the guy used wing nuts here, which is not really good for a good connection, but boy is it handy when you want to pull a battery. So quick. Could set this on the charger because it was a little low after sitting all winter. So, and then it doesn't spill out anything when I do get to tilting, and a few more pounds out of the tractor is always good. Let's get this deck coming off. Put that down as low as it'll go so we don't have to lift the deck also. I even use washers. Usually those get lost over the years. I gotta try to set this camera here. Yeah, you try to do it one-handed. Anyway, that clip comes off. Got you over here, same thing. Try not to stab myself because I'm doing it one-handed. Got that one. This bar's got to pull off that stud there. Get that, bring you back. So it goes from here into a spring. That spring, we got to take the other end of that spring, unhook it. I'm gonna have to do that with two hands. Bring you back when I get it. Okay, I can already see by the way he routed these belts, it's a good thing I didn't try to run it, because they're supposed to be run in between where my finger is. They're run in the middle. Here's one and here's the other. They're both run in the middle. That's at least part of why that was falling off, is because they're supposed to be up in, they were back here, they were supposed to be up in the cradles. So that could be all or part of the reason that fell off. And maybe this, I don't know, should that have a guard up here to keep that in, or are these adequate? I'll have to look up some stuff online. Then we should also have the actuator that this is attached to, a cable, somewhere down on the deck here. Here it is. We got to find a clip or something to get that off yet. Got it unhooked. Then on the back of here, there's a clip. You got to squeeze it together and pull it back. Which is quite difficult to do, apparently. Can't film it. Bring it back when I get it. I slid the deck out to get a better look. This one doesn't have that easy to get off clip, so I'm just going to take the bolt off with the bracket and we're going to be done. So here's the bracket. I just took the whole bracket off. It actually does have a clip, but just on the bottom side on this one. Just on the bottom, you would have to push that up and pull it back through. Same difference. We got ours off. Other than that, we have this clip up front here. That is just a single on the front. Comes from that draft arm or whatever you want to call yours. Looks like ours is a little sprung open already. I will try to remember to order that, because that makes for a very bad day when the front thing falls off and you're dragging your deck. Oh, of course, our zip ties. That's better. We got it. All right, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to change out the belt for the hydrostatic drive in this tractor. I've got it tipped up on the side, and that's going to allow me to show you, and also for me to have easy access to change that belt. We're also going to do the 3 pulleys that are involved in replacing it. You may need to change this belt due to sometimes these bearings will lock up and the belt will rub over the side of the plastic pulleys. This one's a flat idler, rides on the back of the belt. This one's a V-belt type, and that one's a V-belt type. There are 3 different ones on this particular machine. The kit I bought only has 2 different part numbers. These are the same. This is the same. The difference is the shaft that comes with that pulley. You can knock the old one out, but if you choose not to, don't order the kit. I put the link in the description, because it will come with the short thing up there, and it will require you extra work. But for the price, I couldn't beat it. It came with the belt, all 3 pulleys, one money, and was very easy to order. So that's the one I went with. So we've already got the whole deck off, and then I'm going to put the emergency brake in the on position. So I need to hold up on that while I'm hitting the pedal. I'm going to try to do that with my hand on the camera here. There we go. That's locked in the up position now, and this pedal is forward. That gives us slack in our belt. So that's going to allow us to get these off these pulleys much easier. So what I'm going to do is just pull it through there, pull it out of that little keeper, pull out of this little keeper, and now it's just attached to the motor up front and the hydro in the back. Note, this sticker does not match up with anything on the machine. This sticker is exactly reversed of the position it is. If you look here, engine pulley, my engine is over here. That's where I think the person that originally had done this got messed up. But anyway, I'm going to change it. I had to stop filming. I stopped everything. I put it back on how it needs to go. Everything's how it needs to go, but I'm going to go through the steps of what it takes to change the belt so someone else can repeat that. Start with the hydrostatic side first. This is the thing with the fan on the top. There's a pulley underneath it, and this is just on that. So we need to get it up through one of those blades and hopefully not snap them off. Roll the pulley, out she comes. Now for the front. There it is. We're gonna give it some slack, pull some slack through. We're gonna go pull it towards us around that keeper on this side, push away around the keeper on the back side. Now I'm going to drop it down around the big pulley. If you wanted to, you could take that big pulley off. Sometimes you'll never get it off. And then I'm literally just pulling it back through. There we go. As far as changing these here, and you need a 9/16, not a half. By the way, this procedure is the same. This tractor is made by AYP, American Yard Products. They made it for Craftsman, Husqvarna, and John Deere. So you'll see a lot of tractors that look like this if they're hydrostatic. So basically, you're just loosening that. You don't have to put a wrench up on top. It's a captive. It's a carriage bolt. You're gonna take one off. Make sure you keep that keeper up there. Take one off. Put one on. It's that easy. The other one, like I said, this one here, the kit I bought, this thing comes the same size as this one, which isn't the right length. So you would need to punch it out the center and put your original one on. Now, the only thing that's tricky here is this one. And I'll show you why that is. That noise you just heard right there, that's the whole key. So here's what we have. We have a bolt sticking down. It's attached up there from the top. I'll take these pieces out. This goes first. This one seems to be double-sided. Small ring. So we put that on the bolt. Here's the part that gets difficult. The small ring has to fit inside this hole. But you got a spring fighting you. I guess you could take the spring off during this procedure. You get it there. See, it's all crooked in there. That's wrong. You have to kind of work it around. I'm going to get it in there so you can see what it looks like. Out of focus. Let's get that focus there. See how that piece has to stick all the way through? That's the way you want it. And it's going to want to keep popping off of there. It just did. Yeah, so it's just a matter of trial and error how you're going to get that up on there. Like I said, you could probably take the spring off, but then you got to get the spring cocked back on. So I'm not sure that that's the right method to go about that. I'm going to, just so we're not fighting the spring, I'm going to release the parking brake. That should give us way less tension that we're fighting against. And it does. So that has to be held there. Now, there's a washer. It's going to hold that all up in there. Then our pulley. Then our nut. And you just got to work it until that thing doesn't pop off of there one time. Trial and error, you'll get it. I put the parking brake back on to get this thing out of our way again. Let's take our belt and feed it up through here. Just make a loop. Kind of makes it easier to stab it in there. Okay. Let me go under my big pulley. Sneak it up on the side toward me first. Move that camera a little bit. It's hard to do with the camera right in front of you. I can tell you that much. Let's kind of slide this through a little bit. Slide it through that keeper. I'm calling that a belt keeper or a belt guard, whatever you like to call yours. There we go. It's around the back side now. Double check that, because if you turn that belt on and it is on the front side of this going over, that thing will burn up that belt so fast you'll shred it. It'll overheat that belt in about a minute. Really bad. Okay, we're gonna take, I got it looped up here a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna take it and try to get it over that back pulley. I really should have started with the back pulley because it has those fins on it, and we don't want to break those off. Now we got a great shot up there, now that the light isn't there. I'm starting it on the side facing the camera here. And I'm going to try to roll it in there. I'm going to try to spin that pulley a little bit. And let those fan blades guide that belt around, if it will. And again, this is not a one-handed operation. There we go. We got that on. Almost. There it is. Yeah, get you the shot. Good. Now, we just got to feed it through here the right way. So it just goes backside facing the pulley. There's the guide guard that helps that one. And then this one, the front of the belt, or the inside of the belt, faces us. And there we go. And we could see that if that's going to grab by releasing the parking brake. And that's getting a nice amount of tension, and that's how it works. This part here rocks because we got the spring right here. And as the belt wears, it'll keep tension on the belt. There we go. Minimum amount of hand tools. I used the ratchet set, a hammer, and a punch to punch that part out of the pulley when I changed that stud. And that's all it takes to keep your equipment Wildwood certified. Thanks for watching.